Hey guys, welcome back to 𝘿𝙚𝓸𝓼𝓽. Today we have an deck for you called the Frost Bandit featuring the new Beartic from Brilliant Stars. So Beartic has the sheer cold attack doing 40 damage for 2 energies, and also the special effect blocking your opponent from attacking on their next turn. We also have our Thievul from Evolving Skies with the Fumbling Hands ability, allowing you to put all cards in both players' hand at the bottom of their deck and then draw 4 cards, same as your Marnie. So we have 3 copies of Marnie, 4 copies of Thievul, and also Nickit. We have 4 copies of our main attacker, Beartic. We want to be trapping our opponent every single turn with Galar Mine and sheer cold, forcing them to get their switch card out. They're gonna have to find back their switch cards, search their deck for the right cards that they need to be able to reverse our Galar Mine and our sheer cold trap. So this is a control deck of sorts because we are trying to kill them as well. We have our choice belt to help us do a V knockout with 1 sheer cold and 1 frost smash. We can also use frost smash. 130 plus 30 from choice belt can actually kill a V card after doing the sheer cold with the damage boost as well. So 160 plus 70 damage is enough to kill any V card, but not enough to kill a VMAX though. For a VMAX, you actually need a couple of sheer colds before doing the frost smash. With your choice belt attached, you can actually kill a VMAX with a couple of hits, so we can actually trap them constantly. If they don't get their switch cards out in time, they're not going to be able to get past our Beartic. So that is our main strategy here. We're trying to trap, and we have our 4 copies of VIP Pass, 4 level ball to get our basic Pokemons out, and 4 incense to evolve. We're playing 2 evolution cards here, but it's only stage 1, and we actually only need to rely on this card to get the right cards into hand. It's basically an additional supporter card to help us draw our energy, our evolution, or our Galar Mine, or even screw our opponent's hand sometimes. So that's the main reason why it's here. We also have 2 boss order in this deck for the additional control. We also have 2 scope net to recycle our abilities and capture to get our basic Pokemons, 9 copies of our basic water energy and our regular supporter cards, 3 Marnie, 1 research, 2 Shauna, 1 Bruno, and 3 bird keepers just because we are playing our Galar Mine. They can actually do a counter trap by either playing escape rope or boss order on us. So the good thing about sheer cold is that we are trapping the attacking Pokemon. Any Pokemon that has a lot of energy attached to it that are ready to go, prepared to attack, is actually trapped in the active spot. That means they need to do a double switch to be able to attack with the same Pokemon again, or charge up another Pokemon on their bench to be able to attack on the next turn. We also have 1 copy of Menifee for the bench barrier effect, 4 copies of Galar Mine, and 2 choice belt in this deck. So that's all for the list. Let's go ahead for gameplay. Okay, let's go ahead for our first game. LF by choice, LE by choice. Not sure what that means, but they're playing a water deck, a Cryogonal Kyogre deck. So we have our VIP Pass shuffle back because we had to draw a mulligan. We got no supporter cards, but we actually got evolution, so that's good enough. We got 2 scope net and 4 Thievuls to draw cards with. So sometimes you may not be able to control. You may not have a choice but to evolve your Thievul just to get the right cards in your hand, because playing a Marnie is actually bad if you are up against a Kyogre deck. Playing a Marnie, if they don't get their supporter on the first turn, if they don't get the basic out, Marnie is gonna basically help your opponent to get even more basic Pokemons, because they're probably gonna only have like 1 or 2 Sonia Quick Ball in your hand. If you Marnie, you're helping them accelerate their bench and basically do element chain more times. But if we trap them with a Galar Mine, my bad, Fumbling Hands. If we do a Fumbling Hands after doing the trap and trap them with our sheer cold at the same time, then they can't actually, they can't use element chain on their next turn unless they do an escape rope. If they do escape rope, they can use the second Cryogonal until we knock them out. And we have a Menifee on the bench already, so Kyogre is not doing much. So the old meta Kyogre deck is totally destroyed thanks to the release of that 1 copy Menifee with Water Veil. That 1 Menifee card totally destroys all the bench snipe decks. Urshifu is obsolete. Kyogre is destroyed. Kyogre used to be so strong. So broken, right? Kyogre, Aqua Storm. I was the first one who built this deck. I just want you guys to know, but nobody ever acknowledges that. I was the first one who built a Cryogonal Kyogre deck, and then Tricky Jim started putting 40 energy into that deck. He has no experience share, no Raihan. He puts 40 energy into that deck, and everyone's obsessed about it. And for some reason, they always get the best luck, getting a Sonia on the first turn. If you play 40 energy in your Kyogre deck, you're bound to get a Sonia on your first turn. I have no idea why. The system is rigged. It's definitely rigged. Like, you're not supposed to get a supporter card if you play 40 fucking energies in your deck. I don't know. Okay, we got our boss order. We got Marnie, Raihan. They just reverse trapped us, so we have to get our Bird Keeper now. We have only Bird Keeper for the switch, so we are delayed by 1 turn, which is bad. So now they can actually do Element Chain again. If they do an Escape Rope, we can attack on the next turn. But if they do Escape Rope, we may actually... Oh, we can actually Scoop Up. We can do a Scoop Up Net, we can attack this turn. I forgot about Scoop Up Net. It allows us to recycle Thievul, but it also allows us to remove the active Pokemon if we are stuck by the Galar Mine. So let's get another Nickit and research on the next turn. Put back the Manaphy because we need it. If they play Avery, I don't think they have an Avery. It's a Kyogre deck. They have nothing but Sonia, and they actually have a boss order though. I'm quite surprised. They have nothing but Sonia Quick Ball and Escape Rope. So Escape Rope is going to help them here. Escape Rope actually gives them free attacks, but they only have 4 copies though in their deck, I'm pretty sure. They are playing quite a different list from Tricky Gyms. So I see a boss, I see nothing else that's different. 1 Volcarona, let's hope they don't play more, because Volcarona is going to save them here. Doing a 1 energy 𝓿𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽. If they kill all of our Beartics, if they kill all of our main attacking card, we can't Sheer Cold them and we are totally destroyed. So that's their only hope of winning the game, really. They have to somehow kill all the Beartics. We have no Peonia in this deck, so if we have a few copies stuck in a prize card, and if we don't collect them from Sheer Cold Frost Smash, if we don't do any knockouts in this game, sometimes we may not be able to up against VSTAR or VMAXs that are not fire type. If we're not hitting the weakness, I don't think we're collecting the prize card that easily. So the initial list doesn't actually have Choice Belt. I didn't actually have Choice Belt when I first built this deck, so I don't think this list has a Choice Belt for this game. We got a Cupchew, which is great. So Choice Belt is actually going to help us do a V knockout much easier, because you just need 2 strikes, 1 Sheer Cold and 1 Frost Smash to kill a V card, because that's an equivalent of 230 damage for both attacks consecutively. So they actually pause the turn, not knocking us out. That means we can actually block them from attacking. They need Escape Rope, but it's actually better to search for an energy card right now. If we get an energy, they concede it though. If we get an energy, we can actually knock it out with 130 damage because it's weak towards water type. We're playing their weakness, so killing the Volcarona right now would actually be better. It's smarter to kill it off right now so that we get 2 prize fast, and then all we need to do later is kill the Kyogre. Kyogre is 130 HP as well, so we just need to do Frost Smash to kill it with 1 hit. And Kyogre is not knocking out our active that easily, but they already damaged it though. So if they damaged it, Kyogre can collect the knockout with Surf, but Surf is not doing it's not killing our next Beartic. So I don't think Kyogre can actually win our deck. I think that was a perfect matchup for us, fortunately. So we got 2 VIP pass for this game, look at that. Okay, are we gonna get Manaphy? I don't think so. They're playing a Moltres. You never know what your opponent is playing. If they have a Moltres, they could quite easily do a Urshifu. So I should actually have left 1 open. I should have left a bench spot open for that. Never bench everything. Always leave 1 open just in case they collapse. If they play Collapse Stadium or Avery, you're gonna have to be forced to discard those Pokemons. If they play Urshifu without your Manaphy, you can't block them. So it's a lot of things to consider. I think we're just gonna Bird Keeper here and Thievul to get our evolution or energy. Or energy. Hopefully we get both with it, because we didn't actually get anything without Bird Keeper. We got 3 more Thievuls, so if we get an Incense, we can actually do it again. So let's do another Fumbling Hands. We actually got a Scoop Up Net, so let's do our recycle. Let's scoop it up and then do a second time. So this is the bad thing about Thievul, is that you may actually be wasting those abilities, drawing the cards you need instead of using it at the specific time to destroy your opponent's hand. So we're just going to put that at the bottom because it doesn't appear like they're playing a spread deck. We're just going to put Menifee at the bottom and raise the chances of us getting our Beartic. There we go, finally Beartic. We do have 4 incense in this deck though. Okay. So we get to do Sheer Cold from the get-go, that's great. Against a Moltres Darkness deck. Darkness and Poison. Ability lock deck. I think it's a Weezing deck. It's a Weezing... what's it called again? The factory... I forgot the ability. But it's the Smog Burst one. The Smog Burst Weezing with the double Moltres. The baby Moltres and the V card to add energy cards so that they get to do 1,000,000,000 damage with Smog Burst. Okay, Navy Cyclist. They got Crobat. They're gonna draw cards now. So if they play Stadium cards, if they play Air Balloon, I don't think this deck is gonna be that good anymore because we have no Tool Jammer. If they play Tower of Waters, we're dead. Or if they play enough switch cards in their deck, if they have a lot of switch, Air Balloon, Bird Keeper, Escape Rope, Scoop Out Net, so many switch cards now. And on the next set, there's going to be a switch card. Switch card to help you is kind of the same as Switch Rough. They are bringing back Switch Rough, except instead of the restriction for water type Pokemons, now switch card only works for basic Pokemon. If your active is a basic, you get to switch it from the active spot with any one of your bench Pokemon and heal 30 damage from that active Pokemon from your previous active Pokemon. Okay, we did 80 damage to the Moltres. Now we need a couple more strikes to kill it, so it's actually quite difficult. Hence the Choice Belt swap. I actually had 1 Raihan and 1 Experience Share to start with, but decided against those cards because I don't think you need them, because you are trapping your opponent every turn. All you need to do is hope that your opponent don't do a Crushing Hammer. If they Crushing Hammer on the first turn, that's gonna be super bad. If they pass a turn, the first turn not discarding your energy, or if they flip enough tails, then you can actually do a Sheer Cold on your second turn. Whether you go first or second, you have to do your Sheer Cold on your second turn. And then basically Frost Smash after that. With the Choice Belt, you can kill, you can kill a V card quite easily. But with Experience Share, you don't need those cards, because once you do your first Sheer Cold, they're gonna be frantically searching for their switch cards, searching for the cards that they need to, to disentangle themselves from the trap that we set for them. Get their Stadium card, get their Air Balloon, their switch. They need to do a double switch to attack with the same Pokemon. So they're gonna have to basically, solve a lot of problems, the problems that we set for them, get themselves out of the trouble. And while they're doing that, we can actually attach more energy cards on the bench Beartic, prepare the next one, get it ready to go for the next Sheer Cold. So we don't really need to worry about energy cards. We don't really need to set up our Pokemon, there's no need for concern. There's no concern for that. It's not that pressing. We have the luxury to actually attach 1 by 1 every single turn, just because we are trapping them non-stop with this madness. With this mad attack is the new Ursaring. Ursaring is a bear as well, so it's quite interesting, isn't it? The bear Pokemon with the same attack, Heavy Hold, but Heavy Hold actually does 100, if I'm not mistaken, 100 or 120, 120 damage if I'm not mistaken. 120 for 4 energies though, so I actually played Beartic with Cherim. Cherim battle styles to help you Spring Bloom for energy cards, satisfy the colorless energy cost, twin energy, and you're good to go for Heavy Hold. 100 damage plus your opponent can't actually attack on the next turn. Same effect, the defending Pokemon can't attack on the next turn, but different damage, different energy cost. There we go, we got a Raihan for this list, so no Choice Belt. Later on though, you'll start seeing Choice Belt in the game, so don't worry. The Choice Belt one is definitely better, so don't follow this one. I think we only have one boss as well. It's better to have a couple more. I have 2 boss as the final list, and I'm sticking to that because that's actually the stronger version. Okay, they're gonna attack with Moltres, I think. Can they do a Dire Flame right now? Oh, they can't attack though. My bad. We just did a Sheer Cold. That means they need to retreat. They played a Stadium card, which is bad. So they're gonna Dire, and then attack with Smog Burst. Is it enough though? 5. That's 5. 100 damage. Not quite enough to kill us. 120. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 20 base damage. Okay. So they need just half an energy on the Weezing, or another one on Moltres. Okay, so apparently they're not playing any switch cards, which is grand. I think we're just gonna do Frost Smash for the knockout here. If we do Frost Smash, I don't think we can avoid the knockout hit on the next turn anyway, so might as well do Frost Smash, right? Let's do a Galar Mine first. I think I actually did Sheer Cold though, which was actually weird, but I should have done... Oh, we did Frost Smash, my bad. Okay, we did Frost Smash. Experience Share, Weezing, crazy combo. They're not playing Zoroark though, surprisingly, because Zoroark actually works really well for your double Weezing. Just because that Weezing is not Galarian, you actually get to play 4 copies of 2 different types of Weezings. 4 copies of each Weezing, that means a total of 8 Weezings in the deck. With your Zoroark, you actually get to transform and have more copies in play. More Weezings for the factory ability to give you extra boost. Because if you experience share with the factory, you get to retain 2 extra energies for a Weezing knockout. There we go, they got a Zoroark. They just benched one. Okay, Smog Burst. I think they have a Baby Moltres as well. So they're playing everything for this deck. Not a lot of supporter cards though. I don't see them playing that many. There's no draw capacity, not enough, I would say. Because they couldn't even kill our first Beartic with the first hit. But they had to retreat though, because we did a boss order. Oh, we actually did a second time. So we do have 2 copies in this deck. We did boss order a second time on the Moltres. And all we need to do is hope they don't switch or retreat. If they do a Dire Flame, if they discard an energy, they can actually do a retreat this turn. So I forgot to take that into account. We better be killing it on the next turn. It's actually not enough though. We don't have enough to kill the Moltres, because we don't have a choice belt. So we got a Bird Keeper, which is great. We're gonna Bird right now, and then Sheer Cold again. That was a mistake to do the boss order too early, I suppose. Because now they can retreat. And retreating means we are forced to kill 3 Weezings to collect the last 3 prize cards. They may choose not to retreat though. Let's hope not. Okay, they're gonna do Aura Burn. My bad, they're gonna retreat. They can't do Aura Burn, sorry. They're gonna do Smog Burst probably this turn. But if they do Smog Burst, it's not enough. They're gonna have to waste the energy cards for the retreat. And that's not... They didn't get the energy. Oh, that's sad. They didn't get the energy. So we're just gonna play a Schoolgirl. We actually only get to do dual draw with the Schoolgirl. That's why I don't have it in the deck anymore. Because we're playing a 1 prize. If it shows up too late, you're only drawing 2 cards with the supporter. So no more Schoolgirls in this deck. This is I think the last game that I had Schoolgirls with in this list. Okay, we actually killed the Moltres because they didn't retreat in time, and even if they did, they couldn't do a knockout with Smog Burst because they don't have enough energies. 1, 2, 3. So that means they have 3 energies. That's 6. Oh, it's actually enough though, because they have the factory ability. So 3 energy is enough to knock out the Beartic. 3 is 6. 6 times 2 plus 20. That's actually enough. So they just need an energy, but they didn't get it. Because they did a Marnie. Marnie is not enough apparently. They discarded quite a lot as well, so it makes sense. So now we just need to do a Weezing knockout with the experience share. We just need to find an energy and that's it. So experience share actually helped us for this game. But if we had a choice belt, we would have been faster in knocking out the Moltres. We would have killed the Moltres much earlier. So that's why I opted for choice belt instead of the ridiculous experience share. And we didn't even need to use Bruno or our Thievul to get our energy because we just top decked it and we killed the last one, collecting the win against Weezing deck. Weezing Moltres with the Smog Burst for factory ability and Zoroark. And also the Fiery Wrath Moltres as well. The, comeback king Moltres. One prize Moltres. So now we're up against a Gardevoir deck box. Not sure what they're playing. They have a Gardevoir coin. Probably a Gardevoir VMAX. But you never know. This could be any psychic Pokemons. Okay, they are playing Gordy with a lot of different energy. So I'm guessing it's Alcremie or Kecleon. Or Smeargle. You can actually play Smeargle as well. I don't see a lot of that on the ladder anymore. Nobody plays Smeargle anymore. But Smeargle is actually good now with Choice Belt. Because you can kill a VSTAR. All you need is, Eldegoss to get your energy cards, Milotic to protect your hand. And you can do 280. Killing a VSTAR with a 1 prize is a big deal. I'm not sure why we didn't put our Galar Mine. So they have a Milotic, so I think they're playing a Smeargle. I'm not sure what they're playing. Sonia. I don't think Sonia is good anymore. You should be playing a Gloria, right? If you're doing a 1 prize, I mean best to a Gloria. Unless if you want to get a Crobat or a Lumineon. Sonia can actually help you get your V cards, basic Vs. Okay, it's an Alcremie Chinchino deck. Cafe Master Alcremie with Chinchino and Milotic. I'm not sure why they have Milotic though, because I don't think they need it. They need to keep their energies in play, not inside their hand. So it doesn't make sense, does it? Milotic with Alcremie. So we need quite a lot of damage to kill. We can't kill it with a Cupchew. We can kill it with Icicle, but this Cupchew actually doesn't do anything but chop. Chili, my bad. So Chili does 20 damage for 1 water energy. So we need to do 10 extra damage. So that means we need to evolve on the next turn or do a Bird Keeper. We can't actually do Icicle though because it needs 2 energy. So let's just find our evolution right now. Are we gonna do... It's only 30 HP, but it's actually quite difficult to kill it, surprisingly. Somehow we need to get our evolution, so let's just evolve the Thievul. Let's use up 1 Thievul and then get a supporter card, because Shauna is not going to help us. We would be better off playing a Marnie after the Thievul. So I think it's not that unlikely for us to get a supporter card. Or another Incense for a second Thievul. And we actually got a Beartic, no support cards, but we got the evolution, the raw evolution, so that's good enough. We're just going to evolve both. And then Sheer Coal for the knockout. We got our first prize, that's great. So they can attack on their next turn with a Twin Energy and a Cafe Master. But are they able to do a knockout? I'm pretty sure they can. If they bench another 2 Pokemon, they need to do a lot of things though. And I don't think they are able to do it with a Chinchino. Maybe with a Bibarel. Bibarel is going to help you a lot more. So I play Alcremie with my Bibarel. If you guys want to check out that deck, Alcremie, Bibarel, and Kecleon, if you guys want to check it out, it's in my channel. The video is somewhere there. It's quite early as well, quite recent. Brilliant Stars deck. Kecleon to do 180 damage with spinning attack, hitting the weakness. I recommend adding a Scroll of the Flying Skies, 1 copy in that deck, but I actually don't have it when I was building that deck. So it's better to add one copy just because you get to do so much more damage. A VSTAR VMAX knockout with that one tool card if you're lucky. And Alcremie actually does Cafe Master, allows you to play Cafe Master without... So they had to do Call for Family, which is quite sad. Because they can't Cafe Master without bench Pokemons, right? It only allows you to attach to 3 different Pokemons on your bench, and it only allows you to attach 3 different energy. It actually works for your Alcremie. It works with your attack really well. But if you don't have enough bench Pokemon, Cafe Master only allows you to attach to 1 energy or 2 energies. As many bench as you have, you know, up to 3 obviously. So Cafe Master is quite tricky to play because it's a support card, and you need to have it. You need to play it while you're having your Alcremie in the active spot. That means you need quite a couple of switch cards just in case your opponent play Galar Mine, stuff like that. So a few switch cards, a Bibarel to help you draw a lot of cards into your hand, because after playing Cafe Master, you can't do anything else. Maybe a Rotom Phone after doing, Rotom Phone with Bibarel to draw out your Cafe, and then play the Cafe while evolving and attaching the twin energy at the same time. So you can't actually do the energy attachment to your active. Cafe Master only allows you to attach to your bench Pokemon, and that means you need twin energy to attack with Alcremie on the same turn. And Alcremie is actually doing a lot of damage though. If they played a Cafe on their last turn, they can actually do a Beartic knockout, because they're doing 160 damage. 170, my bad. But they did a Call for Family, they had to do it first. And we did a Sheer Call without knocking it out, which is bad. We should have done a Frost Smash, but I was a bit afraid, so I actually paused the turn doing another Sheer Call. They did a Cryogonal for Element Chain, doing extra energy attachment. They are playing a Kecleon as well in their deck, so surprise surprise. They need a Metal Energy to do 180 to knock out our Beartic. So they just need to keep recycling the Metal Energy. I don't think they have a Cafe Master in their deck. They're playing weird cards like Galar Friends in Galar, Barry, and Sonia, which is quite bad. I mean, if you're playing a 1 price, you should be opting for Gloria or Level Ball at least. Level Ball actually works really well with Alcremie. I think it's a Level Ball card, I'm not sure. Could actually be 110 HP. Okay, so we actually have quite a bad hand. So this list finally has a choice belt, but we're now up against a 1 price deck, so it's not serving us at all. But that's fine. We're just gonna do a Frost Smash this turn probably. If we do that though, we may not be able to do anything else. So let's do a Thievul at the same time. Maybe scoop it up and bench another Nickit. I think we have a few more turns to spare though. I really want to just do Sheer Cold for the knockout, because that gives us extra time to set up the next Beartic. We're gonna attach the 3rd one and then do our Sheer Cold for the knockout. So that means we have an extra turn to attach to the 3rd Beartic. We even got a Scoop of Net with the Marnie, so that's great. So we actually put cards at the bottom twice. We forced them to get Marnie twice, essentially, with Fumbling Hands. I think we did 2 Fumbling Hands. Oh no, we did it once. We did 1 and we did a Scoop of Net. So 1 Fumbling Hands and 1 Marnie. Which can actually, you know, confuse your opponent a little bit. You can disorientate your opponent, because they are forced to put cards back at the bottom twice. So if they prepare their first hand, they're gonna get, you know, disoriented the first time, and then we're gonna do it a second time, which is gonna be quite annoying for them. But if you don't plan ahead that early, if you're not the type of person that plans too fast, then it doesn't really do much to disorientate you. So they just switched, which is bad. That means we have 10 HP remaining. We need 10 more damage to kill that thing. We have no way of placing damage counters So that Cryogonal is going to stay alive for the rest of the game. They can actually do that. It may, not it will, but it may. So we're probably going to do a Frost Smash next turn. If they don't evolve though, we can actually do a Sheer Cold. No evolution, look at that. So apparently they're only playing Chinchino for the call for family, which is quite weird. And Cryogonal to get the energy. I don't think they got their Chinchino though. If they have it, they would have done it, right? But they just realized that they don't need it, right? I don't think they need a Chinchino. Now that they got... They still need Cafe Master though. Cafe Master is going to help them charge up the next one, right? The next Kecleon, the next Alcremie to attack with. So they still need to play those cards, and to play Cafe Master, you need to set up your bench, evolve, get your evolution cards out, and the only way to do that is to draw more cards into your hand with your Chinchino every single turn. So I don't think it's smart of them to waste their Make Do ability. They're giving us a free knockout and having no abilities to draw cards with on the next turn. We got a boss, but I don't think we're playing it this turn. Oh, we actually did it. We're killing the Kecleon because that actually has a lot of energies and it can do a one-hit knockout. So if they kill us with Alcremie, then Kecleon, they can do knockout 2 turns in a row. So killing the Kecleon right now actually forces them to get another energy, because if they don't have a third different type of energy, they can't do a knockout with the rainbow flavor attack. Because they're only doing 130 right now, they need another type of energy, which I don't think is that difficult though. If they get a training card or energy retrieval, they can do it. So not sure why they just benched. They just put the Cryogonal as the active. I don't think they're playing that many supporter cards. Thievul. Not a lot of people play this one. That card is kind of underestimated. It's underused. The most underused card ever. I mean, for a control deck, it can actually serve you quite well. I quite like Thievul for control decks because it forces your opponent to look for the cards that they need, you know? Unless they play, you know, Thievul with Weezing will be really good because they can't use their ability. But Thievul with anything else doesn't actually work that well if they are playing Inteleon, Rapid Strike Octillery, so you need your Gorebyss to shut off those, or Jolteon, Thunderous Awakening to shut off water type Pokemon's ability, because Drizzile Shady Dealings is mad annoying, yo. Shady Dealings is the worst, it should be banned, it's the most broken ability ever. And you have your Rapid Strike search for any Rapid Strike card that you need. So it's crazy. We're gonna do a Marnie. I don't think we have a Marnie in our hand. Are we gonna play a Thievul or Bruno? Are we seriously gonna play that? Because that's our last one. I don't think it matters though. We're not trapping them. We don't need to be bothered about trapping our opponent. We just need to get our energy cards out and do 4 knockouts for the win. So we didn't get our Bird Keeper, which is horrible. I think we were trying to get a Bird Keeper to kill the Cryogonal with 40 damage. We didn't get an energy card either. I don't think we have a Bird Keeper in this deck. Sorry, I don't think we have that card anymore. We used it up. We actually have 3 copies. We got it, but it's too late. We played a Shauna. Oh well, we just need an extra energy on both. And we actually don't need the choice belt, so that's fine. We're just gonna sacrifice the active. Can they do a knockout? They better do. They better be doing a knockout on this turn. If they don't, it would be pretty embarrassing. They got so many energy cards, so many different types already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6, 5. So 210 damage. Alcremie is quite strong, isn't it? Cafe Master. I like the attack a lot. Rainbow Flavor doing 40x damage for each type of energy in play. Kinda the same as your Smeargle, but different in its own in its own way. There we go, finally a knockout, turn in 10. I don't know what turn this is, but it's probably turn 10 or 20 that they did their first knockout, which is quite ridiculous. They haven't played a single Cafe Master, which is horrible. They're playing Cryogonal instead to get the energy cards. I don't think it's that good. Cryogonal only works for your basics. You're not playing that many basic. Alcremie has to evolve. So you have to fit in those item cards, your evolution cards. You have to fit in a lot of cards to make Alcremie work, and that actually doesn't, you can't afford to play so many energy cards in your deck. If you have enough energies, you can do Cryogonal, but if you play any evolution, I think it's better not to. So it's ideal to use Element Chain when you have nothing but energy and basic Pokemons in your deck. That way you just need to Sonia Quick Ball and that's it, right? You don't need to evolve, you don't need to fit in level balls, evolution incense, great balls to get the evolution. You don't need to fit in Pokemon Breeders Nurturing. Okay, they just put another Cryo. That means they don't have a metal energy. If they don't have a metal, they can't do a knockout this turn, and we just need to kill them with 2 Beartics. If they kill all of our Beartic, we actually have no attackers. So it's actually quite lucky that we didn't, they didn't get their metal energy. If they got metal energy twice in a row, 2 turns in a row, they can kill both Beartics and we're done. I don't think we have another one. I don't think we have the final copy. I think all of them are dead. So fortunately we killed that. That means they're done. It's the end of the game. We just need the final knockout with that last Beartic. Force Smash kills everything. Because they're not playing HP boost. They don't have any high HP Pokemons. Level ball cards, so 130 is enough to kill anything. No Crushing Hammer, thank god. So that means Frost Smash collects the win. And we even get to do a boss order to kill the Chinchino with a Sheer Cold. That's a bit greedy, but we did that. Okay, we won against Alcremie, Kecleon. No Cafe Master, they have Cryogonal instead. Interesting. So now we're up against a fire deck. They're playing a Charmander deck box. The oldest deck box ever. We got a mulligan. A couple mulligans probably. We only have 9 basic Pokemon, my bad. So 4 copies of each basic, plus that 1 Manaphy. Two capture, 4 quick ball. My bad, 4 level ball, no quick ball. So 2 capture, 4 level ball, and 4 VIP to get our basic Pokemons. They're playing a fire type, which is great. That means we get to hit double the damage against their weakness. A Cinderace, Fusion Strike, Cinderace V. It's not a single strike, it's not a Fusion Strike, but it's from the Fusion Strike set. Schoolgirl. A Charizard V, interesting. Okay, they could play a Magma Basin, and if they do that, Galar Mine is not going to help us at all. So let's hope they don't have a Basin in this deck. Pretty sure they have it, but let's hope that Galar Mine get to stay in play for a couple turns until we get a Cinderace knockout. If we get a Choice Belt, we can actually kill it with Frost Smash. The VMAX, if they evolve into the VMAX. I don't think they're evolving though, because if they do that, they're giving us extra prizes. So I think it's smarter for them to stay as the basic and then switch at the last minute. They can't attack on the next turn, so we better get another energy later on. If we can knock it out fast, I think it's better to do that, and then basically Sheer Cold the next card. They actually are playing an Arceus. Trinity Nova with Star Blaze. If they play Star Birth, they can't use Star Blaze, but they have the other attack to fall back on. The other attack does 230, so it's not bad. It actually does a lot of damage. Not quite enough to kill a VSTAR though, is it? 260 damage with Choice Belt. How do you add that additional 2 damage counter? Inteleon, Zigzagoon. We're gonna capture on the bench because we actually need another water energy to do Frost Smash. So sadly we couldn't knock it out. And they're probably gonna switch right now. Or Air Balloon. Air Balloon is not enough. They need to play a Stadium card and do the Air Balloon. They didn't get a double turbo, so that's good. They're playing Metal Energy, which is interesting. Metal Energy with Fire type, it doesn't really make sense. They could have other V cards though. No Metal V card yet. They discarded a Chandelier. And they played an Escape Rope, which is horrible. We're just gonna put Thievul, hope for a Bird Keeper with the next Fumbling Hands. We're gonna attach to the second Beartic. So let's get another Nickit. I don't think we need a mana fee for this game. So we're gonna get a Nickit, bench that. We're just gonna compress the deck before we play our Fumbling Hands because we want to be drawing out Bird Keeper or Scoop Up Net. If we get either of the two, we can attack, block them from attacking again. So that's our main play here, trying to hold them from attacking non-stop with Sheer Cold until the very last minute when we can do a knockout with Frost Smash. So Sheer Cold all the way until the knockout hit. 130 damage. We're trying to reach that threshold of 130 HP. Okay, we got the scoop on that. We're just gonna get something out. I think we did that to mess their hand. I don't know what we're trying to get a Choice Belt, right? So we actually got the Choice Belt, which is quite lucky. We got a boss. We can actually play it now, but I think it's better just to block the Arceus. So if they don't evolve the Arceus or switch, we can actually kill it with Frost Smash the next turn. But I don't think they are going to give us... I don't think it's going to be that easy. They may play a Tool Scrapper, switch, or evolution, and then... that basically denies us... if they play a double turbo, they can actually use Trinity Nova, Starbirth for switch, or even double turbo. So all they need is an evolution, but they actually attach a fire energy on the Arceus. So that means they can't attack unless they evolve. They're going to evolve right now. They can't actually do Trinity Nova if they evolve. They should have evolved and get the double turbo, which is quite silly. They got Adventures Discovery for the VSTAR, which is interesting. Okay, double Charizard evolution plus the Arceus. They have to evolve now, otherwise we're gonna kill them. Starbirth. Okay, we're gonna do Sheer Cold again. Evolving actually erases the effect, so if they don't switch, they can still choose not to evolve until you hit them with the Sheer Cold. So after evolving, they get to attack again, even after you did your Sheer Cold on your last turn. So this attack is definitely very, very risky to play, since there are so many ways to reverse the trap. So the attack block has a lot of ways to, has a lot of solution. There's a lot of solution to that problem. So this card is not really that good against meta decks, because they can switch. If they have enough if they have enough stadium or switch cards in their deck, we can't trap them that easily. If they evolve at just the right time, attack right after evolving, then we can't block them at all. So Sheer Cold is not doing a lot. But it's just a fun deck to play with. If we can hit Sheer Cold at just the right time, and if they don't heal their Pokemon, they just healed. Or if they don't do anything, they're just gonna deck themselves out. So we can either, drag the game out until we get enough prize cards with, Frost Smash, until we do a knockout with Frost Smash, or drag the game out until they deck themselves out. I don't think decking them out is that easy, because they're probably gonna get their switch card, eventually, or evolution eventually, something like that. If they evolve too fast though, we can keep doing Sheer Cold until the end, until it dies. So it doesn't matter how much they heal, we're just gonna keep doing Sheer Cold. I think it's better to do Bird Keeper right now and then Sheer Cold with the bench one, because we can do Frost Smash at the last minute, but I don't think it's enough though. I don't think it's enough if we don't have a choice belt. So let's just attack with this one. Hope they don't heal again or retreat switch. If they do a double turbo, they can actually retreat right now. Oh, they have enough energy for the retreat already. They just need a Magma Basin to attack with Charizard. If they do Magma Basin, they can attack and retreat at the same turn, on the same turn. So Adventurous Discovery again. They're playing very weird supporter cards. No Research, no Marnie. They're playing Heal supporter, V card search supporter. So no draw support at all. Not many. No more Starbirth, but they evolve a second Arceus, which is annoying. So let's hope they don't get a switch. We're almost killing the Arceus right now. Okay, we get to kill the Arceus. So that means we just need to boss twice. If we boss a Charizard, we can actually kill it with one Choice Belt. If we have a Choice Belt, we can knock it out with one Frost Smash hit. So double boss order is going to help us. We can boss the Cinderace to do Sheer Cold to kill it. Sheer Cold is not enough though, because they just healed, I think. I think they healed with a potion or something. Not yet, they haven't healed yet, but they're gonna heal. So we need to do Frost Smash to both the Charizard and the Cinderace. But the Charizard is gonna be a bit more difficult because we need a Choice Belt for that. So if they somehow kill our active, we need to charge up the third Beartic, get it ready to go. Charge up to 3 energies to do another V knockout. Because we just got our first 2 prize, which isn't a lot, and we need to get, we need to do 2 more knockouts, which is quite a lot to handle. I don't think we get to play Research, because we don't want to be discarding our evolution. So we have to play another Thievul for the next turn, and somehow scoop it up, bench 𝘿𝐿𝐴 instead. So they still can't attack because they have no double turbo. Look at that. I mean, this is quite weird. They should be getting their double turbo right by now. But playing no Research or Marnie means they can't get it that easily. Starbirth, they already used it, and they apparently used it at the wrong time, searching for the wrong cards. I don't think it's a very meta list. It's definitely Arceus VSTAR Charizard, but it's not the meta list. It's an off-meta list. Which is fine. At least we get to kill an Arceus, right? Okay, let's attach the active. Sheer Cold. I don't think we should have done a Bird Keeper, but we wanted to draw our 𝘿𝐿𝐴, scoop on that. We wanted to free up our bench so that we get to bench another one, because if we I don't know, it's a bit difficult. We need to do a double boss to win the game. I think our main, the best bet here is to hold them from attacking until we get our boss. So we just need to get out 2 bosses for the win. If we do a research right now, we may get the boss much easier, but I think we should do a Thievul. Let's evolve the active, and then get another supporter card to draw back our boss, because we just put it at the bottom on the last turn. So we got the boss, but we got no scoop up net, which is horrible. We're just gonna play another one. If we can scoop it up, we can bench another Cupchu, attach the energy. I don't think we're gonna get much with 4 cards though. We got a Bird Keeper, which is grand. We're just gonna attack with the one with Choice Belt, probably. If we save the one with Choice Belt though, we can kill the Charizard with 1 hit. So I think I'm gonna save the Choice Belt one. I think we have 1 more copy of that tool card, but we're just not gonna waste it. We're not gonna risk the biscuit. We're just gonna play it safe. Sheer Cold until the very end. I don't think they have that many switch cards. If they play a Basin though, they can completely destroy us. Charizard can attack and we're done. If they do a Basin, we just need 260, right? Because Charizard, unless they have a Heat Energy, it has 260 HP remaining. So that means we don't need a Choice Belt anymore. So Sheer Cold is helping us a lot for this game. It's doing so much for this this matchup because they apparently are not playing any switch cards. They have a glove, a hunter's glove to hit 30 extra damage against dragon types, which is quite weird. I think they're trying to target 𝘕𝓼𝓸𝓼 VMAX. 220 damage, not quite enough to kill a VSTAR or even a VMAX. Not quite enough to kill anything except for a V card, a basic V. So 𝘕𝓼𝓸𝓸, you actually get to ignore all effects on your opponent's active Pokemon as well. So resistance, stone energy, abilities have no effect on 𝘕𝓼𝓸𝓸, which is quite interesting, but it's only 220. Okay, we're just gonna keep doing that. They're healing again over and over. We're just gonna do Sheer Cold over and over until they deck out. So they have 19 cards left, we have 18, but we have more cards in our hand. So we can Marnie at the last second. We should play Marnie right now. And then basically cut down the cards inside their deck. They have less cards in the deck. And we may actually win by decking them out. Because they need to switch twice to kill, unless they charge up enough energy. If they have enough fire energy on the bench, they don't need to switch that many times. So Cinderace, they just healed it. That means we need a Frost Smash to kill that. If they evolve, we need a little bit more, I think. I think Frost Smash is enough. 260 is enough to kill the VMAX. Unless they heal again. So they actually gave us a separate a separate V card fire type on the bench. Chandelier, another 1-hit KO possible to collect the last 2 prize. So that means we just need, as usual, as as planned, we just need 2 boss order to kill 2 V cards, fire type, and we win the game. We're not getting the boss though for some reason. Because we played 2 Thievul. Is at the bottom now. I think we're just gonna do a Marnie right here and then slowly get the boss out. We need to play... I'm not sure if we have 2 copies in this list. I think we only have 1 copy of boss in this list. So this is the point where I decided we need 2 boss orders, because that's gonna help out more. We actually have way too many draw supports. They have too little draw support and we have too many, because we are drawing every single turn with you know, too many draw supports. Don't need that many. We should actually replace one, swap one Marnie or something else, Schoolgirl or something, for another extra copy of Boss, because Boss Order is so important. Especially if they retreat and incubate on the bench, heal with a Crystal Cave. If they do that, super annoying. Boss is gonna help you collect the knockout against the Zacian V deck. They always do that, right? Air Balloon, retreat, Crystal Cave, heal, attack with a different Pokemon, Metal Transfer. I mean, that's like so meta and so common in the standard format. I mean, I'm sure you guys are sick of that deck because it's like all over the ladder. And they just conceded because they got no switch cards. We have more cards in the deck than them because of Marnie. So that means they may actually they could actually be decked out, losing the game that way, instead of having us draw all the prize cards with 2 boss, because we don't have 2 boss. We have to kill the Arceus first and then boss the Charizard on the bench. Kill it with a choice belt and that's it. Okay, now we're up against another fire deck box. Are they playing another fire type? Let's hope not, because I don't really want to showcase too many fire decks. I don't really want to play against my weakness. If, you know, if we are strong against them, if they are weak, if we are playing their weakness, then it's not really too fair, is it? So now they're playing a fighting type, which is interesting. Let the games begin. Onyx. I think it's a Fusion Strike Steelix, so it's definitely very interesting right now. It's a bit tricky because they haven't evolved yet. If we do a Sheer Cold, we didn't get our energy on the first turn, so that's bad. We can evolve, but we can't do Sheer Cold. We should have attached to the bench, but I decided to attach on the active, which you'll see later is a big mistake. They're doing guard press, and then they are not evolving yet. They could have evolved, but they chose not to. So that's the bad thing about Sheer Cold. Evolving removes the effect. It erases your strategy, your power play, the attack block, which is a massive deal for this deck. Is the only thing we are relying on to win the game. And if they get past that attack block, we're completely screwed. So we got a Shauna. We're gonna draw with the Shauna first and then evolve the second Beartic. I think we actually chose to do that later. So we did 10 damage because they did the guard press. And they evolved, that means they can do Earthquake for 180 damage. I totally forgot about Earthquake, knocking out the Beartic with 1 hit. They just need 1 energy, probably gonna get it. I was preparing so much for this the Steaming Rage. I think it's called Steaming Rage, the first attack. And I totally ignored the second one, Earthquake doing 180 for only 3 energies. Charging 1 energy at a time, so we're playing a silly deck versus a non-meta versus a non-meta, right? A 1 prize versus 1 prize. They could play, you know, they could pull out more V cards later on, but let's see. Let's see if we can win a Steelix. So let's do a Marnie. We're actually helping them bench more basics with that Marnie, but I don't think we have a choice. We need to be attaching energies right now. We got our Scoop Up, but that's the bad thing about Scoop Up Net, is that sometimes you may not be able to I'm not sure if we should bring out another basic. Let's just put Manaphy at the bottom. Oh, we actually chose to do that, my bad. So if you get your Thievul at the same time as your Scoop Up Net, then you can't actually scoop it up on the same turn, because you're actually putting that item card at the bottom. So that's the weird thing about fumbling hands. You're gonna have to scoop it up later. Oh well. Okay, we didn't get our Bird Keeper, but if we do another fumbling hands, oh, they're gonna knock it out. They're gonna knock out our Thievul right now. So they got 2 prize already with 1 Earthquake, 1 Steelix. We get to do Sheer Cold finally. Okay, now we're locking them from attacking. We got our Marnie. We're gonna evolve our second Capchu. Our third one, actually, my bad. And we have no more. We have 1 last Capchu and the Beartic prized. The final Beartic is prized, so this is our last. That's the last Beartic. Until we draw it from the prize. Okay, Sheer Cold. It's always better to do your Thievul at the last minute, because that way you get to disrupt your opponent's hand. You get to control. You have more level of control that way if you choose to do it later. But you never know. It always depends. It's always a gamble. It depends on the situation, and you know, if you miscalculate, you can always do it at the wrong time. But if you're smart enough, or if you're lucky enough, Thievul is gonna help you a lot. You're playing V cards. Okay, it's not a 1 prize deck. It's a Steelix fighting box. Sorry, rock/ground type box. There is a fighting type though, but you know, mainly rock type. So another Sheer Cold, blocking them a second time. We actually need to do twice before collecting the knockout with Frost Smash. We actually get to attach an extra energy on the bench because we are forced to do it twice. Energy switch. Okay, before it dies, it transfers that 1 energy. But they didn't get a switch, which is great. No escape rope. We get to kill off the Steelix. If they evolve another Steelix, they can kill our second Beartic, and then we're down to 1 last one. So let's hope they don't get the second Steelix. I mean, we have 2 Beartics left to spare, so we can't actually afford to have them get knocked out that easily. But we have no choice but to attack with Frost Smash if we want to kill it fast. I think that's our best bet. If we don't do it fast, they may get the evolution before we knock it out. If they don't evolve, it's dead, right? If they put it as deactive without evolving, even with a guard press, we can Frost Smash to kill it. Frost Smash for the knockout. We got a boss. Cyrus is actually very rare. I didn't realize that before, but I didn't get my first Cyrus until like the 200th or maybe 190th pack. I opened so many locked packs and got no Cyrus. Finally, I got it like last week. 1 copy and that's it. I haven't gotten any more Cyrus since. That's my first Cyrus, first and last one as yet. Okay, they did a guard press, no Steelix, that's great. Good news for us. We get to kill off. I don't think we have a choice but to knock it out. So that means we need to collect 4 more prize, somehow kill 2 baby Pokemons plus a V card, or the VMAX plus a baby Pokemon. This is quite bad though, because we have 1 remaining Beartic to rely on. They're gonna kill us with the impact blow on the next turn. We get to scoop up though. So we have no rods in this deck, which is a bad thing. But our main strategy is to bind them from attacking though. If they can't do anything passing the turn, you can slowly knock out 1 Pokemon at a time. But I would recommend having like at least 1 rod in this deck. Because if you don't draw your prize cards, and if they knock out your Beartics, then you have nothing else to fall back on. You have nothing left to attack with. You can't lock them from attacking. You're stuck. You're totally screwed. It's over. Once you run out of your Beartics, it's over. But it's not getting knocked out that easily, you know. It's gonna stay alive until the very last minute. If they don't get an energy, I would be very happy right now. They didn't get an energy, they had to do laser focus, but it's not, it's still, we can't celebrate yet because they got an evolution in their hand. We're just gonna fumbling hands and hope they don't evolve the next turn. If they evolve, they can attack again, so Shirako is not doing anything against a basic V card. If they don't evolve though, I think we should do a Bird Keeper right now, because we can knock it out with Frost Smash if they don't evolve the next turn. So it's not a meta deck, so I don't think they can evolve that easily. They already got the VMAX though. They're playing a loose one price Pokemons on the bench. So a very weird box deck for sure. A weird fighting slash rock type box. We got another Bird Keeper. So I think the stars are trying to tell us to play a Bird Keeper, but we ignored them. Because if we did our first Sheer Cold, we could have knocked out the Urshifu with Frost Smash later. So now we need another Sheer Cold and hope that they don't evolve. But I was actually expecting them to evolve, because Urshifu, if they evolve, we're done. We got the third one though, the third Beartic ready to go. So that's actually the fourth one, my bad. The fourth Beartic. We got it from the prize. So Sheer Cold a fourth time. Fourth time round we get to do it. Another evolution the next turn, that's great. And as you can see, we are attaching one energy at a time. We don't need experience share just because we are blocking them so many times. I think they are just gonna try and attack with Colossal, but apparently they just did 𝓕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽. Are they playing Rapid Strike energy? I don't think so. They have a Rapid Strike and Single Strike in the same deck. That's so weird. But it's interesting though, right? It's definitely very interesting. Rapid Single Strike in the same deck. Without a Deoxys. Because Deoxys is the crossover, right? The crossover strike card. We're gonna do a Bird Keeper, attach the energy, and then attack, kill off the 𝓕𝓻𝓸𝓼, because all we need now is 2 boss to kill the Urshifu, 1 to kill Urshifu, 1 to kill the Farfetch, and we're done. The Surfetch, if they evolve though, we can't kill it, so I think it's better to target the VMAX. I don't know. We have 3 prize remaining. If they evolve the Urshifu this turn, we just need to target the Urshifu. Impact Blow, they didn't evolve. So we're gonna do this, the other Beartic. We're gonna Sheer Cold with the other one. They have 2 cards in their hand, so let's hope they don't get the evolution or the switch. They actually give us a free shot against the Urshifu. So we get to boss later. I think it's better to play Escape Rope for this list, but I don't think it's gonna do much though. If they have an active attacker stuck in the active spot, I don't think we want to be helping them with an Escape Rope, right? But Escape Rope could actually block the other bench attacker. So it really is an extra option, but I prefer not playing it. I just prefer more boss. There's more certainty that way, more level of control. So we're just gonna play a Bruno to draw 7 cards into our hand, and then decide on doing other things later. We got a boss, so that means we just need to boss. They're probably gonna retreat right now. Retreat and attack with Colossal, unless if they evolve. If they evolve, it's gonna be quite bad, because we're gonna hope they don't retreat. If they evolve, we have to kill the VMAX somehow. $150 plus 160 is not enough, so we need 2 more Sheer Cold. 2 more Sheer Cold with the Choice Belt and an extra Frost Smash to kill the VMAX. That's a lot of turns. We need a lot of turns to knock out the VMAX. If they don't evolve, we just need to knock out the V card with a boss, and then boss a second time to kill another the last one price card for the win. And they did a switch, not good. But we actually get to survive, because Eruption Shot, even if they get an energy from the top deck, it's only 130 damage. So Eruption Shot is not gonna knock us out, thank god. So now we're gonna search the deck to see if we have a second boss, because if we... I think we should be doing a boss right now. 130 is enough, right? Oh, it's actually not enough. We need to do a Bird Keeper. We got a second boss inside the deck. So we can't boss right now because we have no Choice Belt on the active. We have to do a Bird Keeper to Sheer Cold before doing the boss. Sheer Cold block them from attacking and then bias that extra 1 turn to pull out the to put that other Beartic in the active spot, because we need the Choice Belt to kill the Urshifu. 130 is not enough, unfortunately. So let's attach the energy and Sheer Cold, buy ourselves an extra turn. We got the boss already in our hand. The other one is inside the deck, so we can Thievul for the other boss. So that's the power of Thievul. You can play it to draw cards and then use a supporter for the power play instead of using your supporter to draw. You get to do a boss and draw cards at the same time. So now we just need to do a final boss with Evil, and that's it. That's it. It's already the end because we have 2 attackers. They can't knock out both Pokemons at the same time on the same turn. And even if they did Eruption Shot for energy, it's still not enough to kill the active because they can't do the second attack. Max Boulder Crush, it's not enough. They need 4 energies. So we got a boss from the top deck. Look at that. We didn't even need to play Thievul, but we're just gonna do it anyways. We're gonna evolve, show off the fumbling hands, and they just conceded. Okay, that's fine. So we collected the last prize by killing Diglett, the boss, and we won against a rock stack, which is not bad, isn't it? It's not a meta deck, but at least we won. We won something. Beartic. A Beartic control deck. Isn't that cool? It's so cool and freezing. And we're up against another Kyogre. Cryogonal Kyogre. This time they have a Blissey. They don't have a Volcarona, they have a Blissey instead. So it's a Cryogonal box deck. A Cryogonal with basic Pokemons to attach energy with Element Chain, and then they get to do active 1-hit knockout with Blissey, or a bench, multi-price bench kill, my bad, with Aqua Storm. Okay, so they're doing the Kyogre attachment right now. There's actually a huge bug at the wall, but I'm just gonna deal with that later. Sorry guys. So we're gonna evolve the Beartic, and then Shauna. We got our Galar Mine to start with. We are playing 4 copies, that's why we're getting it so early. So Frost Smash actually kills the Kyogre. It's just nice, just right to kill off 130 HP Celebration's Kyogre. It's so broken though. It used to be so broken before Menifee was out, because you can't kill it with Urshifu without your Zigzagoon or Inteleon. You can't do anything. All you can do is play a lot of boss in your deck. If you do a lot of boss, you can actually kill the bench before they attack, because they had to pass the turn. They are forced to pass the turn doing Element Chain. That means if you do a boss early enough, you can kill the Kyogre before they attack with Aqua Storm. Or if you do a Cheryl, they can't really do much, right? They can't do a 1-hit knockout against VMAXs, 250 damage on 2 bench Pokemon. So if you play nothing but VMAX and do a Cheryl, they're screwed. If you play a lot of boss orders, they're screwed. But other than that, they can hit a wide range of decks. They can win against a lot of Zacian Zamazenta as well. If you don't get your Cape of Toughness early, even with those Cape, you can do a Zacian knockout. You can kill 2 V cards in 2 turns. Twice. Crystal Cape is not gonna help out. It's not gonna help out. You're not gonna heal in time for them to Aqua Storm twice. Killing 2 V cards in a row, 4 prize draw, 2 turns is all they need. So Kyogre is so broken. Used to be. Finally, it's obsolete with Manaphy. I'm so happy. No more Kyogre, because they actually stole this list from me. I created this deck first. I made Kyogre with Cryogonal. Nobody thought of that. They keep using nothing but Frostmoth. Frostmoth Kyogre. I've seen that list so many times on YouTube. People keep playing nothing but Frostmoth and Kyogre. And now finally I built when I finally built my Cryogonal Kyogre list, everyone started following, and then, you know, adding 40 energy cards in their list, and then they got so much more views than me. I'm just so pissed. I'm so pissed at how they stole my list and they got so much better performance than me. It's just not fair. Life is not fair. So I'm so happy that it's over and done with. This stupid deck is finally over and done with. And the stupid bug is like moving on a wall. It's so annoying. I'm just gonna focus on the game. Okay, they got 2 Kyogres. We actually get to kill it right now. Surf is not enough to kill us, so they're so done. Kyogre is so dead. Okay, they got their second Kyogre. They can't attack with that one. We're just gonna do nothing but Frost Smash. We actually need to attach energy on the second one. Escape Rope, that's horrible. We're just gonna put a Beartic, and then Bruno, Thievul for the energy. If we do Thievul first, we may get our Bird Keeper, so I'm just gonna play Fumbling Hands before my supporter card. Okay, we got the energy. Are we gonna play Thievul? I don't think we're gonna do that because that actually helps their hand. They have 2 cards left in the hand. I think it's better just to Sheer Cold. We actually play a Bruno, my bad. I think we have to do a Thievul though. At some point we're gonna have to get it out, because that actually helps us attach. Another Sheer Cold is not enough. We actually need to do Frost Smash to kill the Cryo, but they're stuck though. Are we gonna help them draw cards into our hand, or are we gonna buy extra turns? That's the question, really. So we're just gonna put something else. We're gonna put the Cupchew, because if we put the Beartic, they can kill our Beartic. If we do the Cupchew, we can retreat on the next turn. If they surf, we are still good because we can kill the Kyogre with the Choice Belt Beartic. They can't do Aqua Storm because of Manaphy. So Kyogre is totally destroyed. Kyogre is totally worthless. All thanks to that one Manaphy. Look at that. Sonia for basic. Here's where they got their Blissey. There we go. Blissful Blast for 30 extra damage. As much damage as you attach energies. So if they attach 4 energies on Blissey, it's still not enough. They need 5 energies to kill our, but they can attach from the hand though. So if they element chain 4 energies and extra 1 from the hand, they can kill our Beartic with 1 hit. We're just gonna boss the Blissey here, because he can't retreat that easily. If we kill the Blissey slowly, we actually got a Choice Belt as well. So if we kill the Blissey with the Beartic, If we hit twice, we can collect the knockout with the Frost Smash later. So 70 damage twice and 130 on the next hit. 11, 13. Yeah, we need to do 70 twice. So fingers crossed they don't do a escape rope or switch. If they do escape rope, we're just gonna put another Cupchew a second time. Give them an extra prize. It doesn't matter. We just need to sacrifice something, and then kill the Blissey somehow. They didn't get the escape rope. That's great. So that means we can spend our second boss on the same Blissey if they do an escape rope or switch, and then kill it off with a Frost Smash. They did a switch. Okay, that's fine. We got the necessary cards in our hand. If they play Marnie, I'm gonna be super disappointed though, because boss order, we have one last copy at the bottom. But they did not do that, so we actually get to kill off the Blissey and then draw our last prize. They can't kill the Beartic that easily. They have no Zigzagoons. 120 damage with Surf is not enough. Choice Belt is not gonna help out. Vitality Band, no way. So let's do Fumbling Hands, kill off the V card, and then prepare for the last knockout. We actually get to evolve the second one, evolve the last Beartic, and then attach another extra energy, which is great. We got a Thievul for the next turn, Incense. We're gonna do Force Smash for the knockout. And now we just need a Bird Keeper if they do an escape rope or a boss. If they don't do that, we don't need to do anything else. If they do nothing, if they attack, passing the turn, we just need to Frost Smash, and that wins the game. That secures us the win. Boss, there we go. I think they killed it though. They have no choice but to knock us out every turn, because otherwise they can't collect prize fast enough. They did Aqua Storm, it's not gonna work. Manaphy's at the active spot, it still doesn't work. It doesn't have to be on the bench. I think there's the new 𝘿𝐻𝑚. The ability only works if it's on your bench spot, so 𝘿𝐻𝑚 is a bit different. But Manaphy, it works wherever it is, so thank God. Bulbasaur is not gonna work against Manaphy. We got our Scoop Up Net instead of the Bird Keeper. We get to do Frost Smash right now, kill off the Kyogre, and that's the end. Get to even attach another energy, bench the Manaphy back for the Water Veil, Frost Smash for the win, and they conceded. So we won Kyogre a second time, super satisfying. Finally that deck is no longer broken, it's totally destroyed. It's rendered obsolete. It's so useless now. Bye-bye Kyogre, you're so dead. Manaphy is gonna kill you. Now we're up against a grass deck, a grass box. What are they gonna play? Celebi. Okay, we're gonna bench another Cupchew. Always bench, always have two in play, because prepare for a knockout, never be complacent. And if you have the luxury, bench as many Nickets as you can, but I think one is good enough to start with. One Nicket on the bench is okay, because it's more important, it's more pressing to have an extra copy of your Cupchew than anything. If you have a shit hand though, it's better to bench a Nicket passing the turn, because I don't think it's that easy to kill a Cupchew on your first turn going second. 70 HP, I don't think it's possible. Anything is possible though, but I don't think it's that easy. So are we gonna do a bird, or just we did a Fumbling Hands right off the bat? Because if we did a Bird Keeper, we can't attack, so we want to be binding them every turn. If they evolve though, they can attack with the VMAX. So let's just do our Choice Belt. We got everything. With that one Thievul, we didn't get our support card though, but we got everything that we need. Passing the turn, we got nothing in our hand. If we get an energy on the next turn though, we can kill off the Celebi. unless they evolve. So let's see what happens. I don't think we're gonna get that lucky. If we got an incense, we can draw cards. If we got a supporter card, we can get the energy cards out. If we get a Pokemon, we can't do anything. If we get an energy card, we can kill off the Celebi. Oh, but they just healed though. So Celebi is staying alive. Unless we draw energy from the next two top decks. We're just gonna bench another Nickit. Prepare for the evolution. And Sheer Cold a second time. Heal cards are super annoying. I mean, Lucky Ice Pop especially. Celebi. Leaflet Dance is so cool though. Nobody ever uses it, but it's definitely a very cool attack. If we attack with the active right now, if we kill the Celebi, they are gonna Dizzy Poison us, confuse our active the next turn. So I think we're just gonna bench, charge up the bench, and then Sheer Cold for the knockout. If they evolve, we can't do anything, but if they get a Turf Field, we're so done. But we're just gonna gamble on that. I don't want to get confused. I really hate being confused. We're just gonna buy our time until we get a good supporter card, or a Thievul for a Bird Keeper. And then we get to attack with the bench instead of flipping the coin. The damn bloody Butterfree is gonna be a big problem because we have to somehow block it from attacking before they use the Toxbreeze or the Dizzying Poison to confuse our Pokemon. Because once we are confused, we can't do anything unless we Bird Keeper, Scoop Up Net, and then attack again with the same Pokemon. So we got nothing. We got another Cupchew, which is depressing. We drew 2 prizes though, so let's hope we get a support card right now. We should be getting one by now, please. Support card. They got a double turbo on Butterfree, so they're doing 20 less damage. I don't think Toxbreeze is 2 colorless. Is it 2 colorless? I think it is. So 1 grass and 2 colorless for the VMAX attack cost. They got Chinchino and their grass Pokemons. Clara, Pokemon Center Lady. It's a really weird list, but I don't think this deck is strong against the meta. This deck doesn't stand a good chance against meta decks, so that's why I'm showcasing against a random kind of list. But they are playing V cards though, so it's not too bad. They are playing grass type Pokemon V with Chinchino support. We got another Scoop Up Net. We're gonna save it and do a Thievul right now. Okay, we got the bird. If we do the bird, we better be getting... Oh, we actually bird to the... We switch to the Thievul. We can actually attack with the Beartic though. That was a mistake. Look at that. We got the necessary combos. We could have attacked with the second Beartic. Oh well. We Bird Keeper to the wrong one. But it's weak towards grass type because it's a dark type. So Thievul is gonna die this turn. But that's okay. We actually get to... If they don't boss, we get to attack with Beartic. Oh, they just did a boss. That's horrible. Are they gonna kill us though with the second attack? I think they're gonna collect a knockout here. If they collect a knockout, it's gonna be bad because we have to discard. We're gonna be forced to discard the tool card. So we're wasting that choice belt, which is not good. We have one last one inside the deck, could be in the price. Blasting Wind, not enough though. Thanks to that double turbo, thank God we actually get to survive a Blasting Wind. Otherwise, they would have killed us. 20, they need 20 more damage, isn't that sad? If they attach a Twin Energy or anything else, Double Turbo actually screwed them over. Double Turbo helped us so much. Because now we got 70 damage on the Butterfree. They can't attack unless they evolve. So if we get an energy on the next turn, we can kill off the V card. They're playing a box deck. Let's hope they don't get the VMAX that easily. It's not a meta deck, so fingers crossed, no VMAX. Here comes a 𝘕𝓸𝓸𝓼. It's a colorless box as well. 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽, you actually get to attach to any of your Pokemon. Quite interesting. Grass energies only though, not your special energy. Okay, we may do a Bird Keeper on the next turn. Or should we just Fumbling Hands a second time? We should do a fumble. And then somehow get the energy. If we fumble for a supporter card, we're definitely gonna get an energy, right? So we can actually kill the Butterfree with the second Beartic though. If we Bird Keeper before doing the fumble, we actually have a higher chance of drawing out a Pokemon card, sorry, an energy card. But we need a water energy. We already used up the capture, so we have nothing but water energy left in the deck. So if we compress deck with the level ball, play the Bird Keeper and fumble, we have a higher chance of getting our next energy. And kill the Butterfree with 130, that's enough to kill it. We don't need a Choice Belt for the Frost Smash to do the knockout hit. So we're gonna do our Bird Keeper right here. We got the energy, we don't need to fumble. We're just gonna keep our hand because Bruno helps us the next turn. If they do a knockout. So now we just need to boss for the final kill. We got the boss, that's great. So we're gonna Sheer Cold whatever they put into the active. If they put the Chinchino though, we're gonna have to be forced to boss twice. Boss one of the basic, the one that can't evolve, probably the 𝓕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽. Boss the 𝓕𝓻𝓸𝓸𝓼𝓽 and then Sheer Cold, boss it a second time if they switch. Then Frost Smash, right? But we need to somehow attack it with the benched Beartic. We need either to attack with the bench or to search our deck for our second Choice Belt. Because if we attack with the Choice Belt, we just need 2 strikes to kill the 𝓕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽. And that's the ideal case. 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽 can't evolve as well. So we have 2 Pokemons we get to target for the final 2 prize. And they are evolving the VMAX. Here comes Celebi. They may choose to keep it in their hand. There we go. They choose to keep it because they know we're gonna do oh, Slash Bag. They're forced to switch. They know we're gonna do Sheer Cold the next turn. So we have no choice but to boss the 𝓕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽. We should actually boss the 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼 though, because if they switch, they can heal back the damage. We should have done the 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼𝓽. 𝘕𝓻𝓸𝓼 can't heal damage from itself, but it can heal damage from your bench Pokemon. So if they switch on their next turn, there's so many switch cards: Escape Rope switch, Bird Keeper, Air Balloon Stadium, and do their Jungle Rising. They can heal back everything from the 𝓕𝓻𝓸𝓼. So we did boss, we can't actually kill it on the next turn. We have to do Sheer Cold twice, and then somehow Bird Keeper maybe. I think it's enough though. We don't need a Choice Belt. We don't need a Choice Belt if we are doing a 3-hit knockout. Because 40, 40, 130 is exactly enough. And they just did that. No Air Balloon, please. We could have done a Frost Smash though. That was quite stupid. So that's the big mistake right there. Because they can't attack on the next turn anyways. They need 2 different type of energies. They need a Grass and a Colorless. So there's no chance they're attacking on the next turn unless they switch. So we should have done a Frost Smash on the last turn because they're healing damage. We need to somehow get a Bird Keeper because it's not enough. They're healing every single turn with Curative Forest. We need our Choice Belt. There we go, we got the Choice Belt. Thank God. I did not think of that. We should have done our Frost Smash for the first hit, and then that actually helps us collect the knockout much easier. We don't even need to wait a second turn. We just need to kill it on the next turn. Without a choice bell even. 130 plus 110, 240 damage. If they do a Cape of Toughness, we can't kill it though. So we got our Frost Smash for the kill, and that actually secures the win. And we collected the last 2 prize, winning against a grass box. And that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Have a great day, and bye for now, lovely people. Enjoy your life.